Good evening and welcome to VTV News. I'm Sophie Jeong and for Swati Ganesh.
I'm Quintin Hall.
Over spring break, a group of Vanderbilt students experienced magic in the UK. 22 undergraduate and graduate students traveled with 2 professors to England to learn about children's literature in Oxfordshire and London during spring break. They were chosen in November by Professors Emily Pendergrass and Elizabeth Self. The students visited many famous sites, including Oxford University, the Story Museum in Oxfordshire, the home and grave of famous British author Roald Dahl, and the studios where the Harry Potter films were shot.
The Hill took place on March 7th. Vanderbilt's annual Day on the Hill allowed campus leaders to meet with members of the Tennessee General Assembly to thank them for their service to the state and for their continuing partnerships. Meetings were held in the Tennessee House and Senate. Banners showing Vanderbilt's impact on Tennessee decorated the Legislative Plaza. One topic of discussion included the Wondery, Vanderbilt's new innovation hub. Policymakers were welcome to use Vanderbilt resources to brainstorm resolutions for societal issues. Vanderbilt and its community partners agreed to use Vanderbilt as a resource to innovate the state's public policy.
While Vanderbilt's campus leaders were welcomed at the Legislative Plaza, not all Nashvillians were excited for Trump's rally in Nashville on Wednesday night. More than 2,500 protesters gathered in downtown Nashville to protest Trump's rally at Municipal Auditorium. The large crowd carried a wide range of signs, some in support of Planned Parenthood and others criticizing the newly proposed health care and Trump's disputed ties with Russia. Metro Police said 2 people outside the auditorium were arrested by citation for disorderly conduct. At times, Trump supporters and opponents engaged in heated exchanges.
Uniting
that's not a conversation.
You don't reunite America by building a wall.
Bro,
I'd like to answer that.
A wall's not going to solve anything. What is the wall going to solve?
You think you're going to keep people out by building a wall? Because last time I checked, people were coming over here, you threw air and tunnels. What is a wall going to solve?
What's the big deal about building it then? Why are you so against it?
Would you want to spend money on building a wall?
It's $12 billion. Do you realize $12 billion is nuts? Okay?
Give me a fact back. I'm fine talking facts with you. I'm fine discussing things with you. I'm fine differing from you, but I want to know specifics. I can't address generalities because I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, I'm here to stand behind my president, my commander-in-chief.
That's a different issue. Now you're raising a different issue, and you have every right to stand by your president.
There were comparatively much less tensions in last night's Vanderbilt Student Government presidential debate. The event was hosted and moderated by the Vanderbilt Political Review. Head field reporter Claire Barnett was present to capture each candidate's message for us to hear tonight. Let's take a look at what the 4 candidates and their running mates had to say about their platforms, qualification, and goals.
What do you expect from VSG? How political do you want it to be? How political do you expect it to be? Whether that's coming from us as candidates or whether that's coming from you and the seat that you're given at the table.
There is no single Vanderbilt story, but we want to help everyone tell their own.
It's really important how the people of Vanderbilt feel and not our own ideologies concerning politics itself.
I think the relationship between students and administration should be adversarial by nature. My relationship with the administration definitely has been adversarial, but I'm also blessed to have the respect of many administrators.
I mean, we've got so much money at this school, and it boggles my mind why we don't spend more of it on people.
As political as you want to get, we'll be your mouth for it, and your voice also.
We'd like to make as many connections on campus as we can and use that to bring us all together and move us as a strong Vanderbilt unit.
But Ryan and I are not going to push our own ideological views through VSG because that's not what VSG is about. It's not about how we personally feel, it's about how the student body feels.
We really encourage you to read all of the platforms so you can make an informed vote, but please do vote because you didn't sit through an hour and a half debate for nothing. So thank you all so much.
Voting for student body president and vice president primary opened today at 8 a.m. Voting will close tomorrow at 12 p.m., and the results will be announced via email on Friday.
Vanderbilt may not be winning on the basketball court, but we're still on top in academics. 4 Vanderbilt graduate and professional schools were ranked in top 20 in the latest U.S. News and World Report Best Graduate School rankings. The rankings are based on expert opinions and statistics that measure the quality of schools' faculty, research, and students. From fall of 2016 to early 2017, surveys were sent out to over 1,900 graduate programs and over 16,000 academics and professionals. Vanderbilt's highest-ranking graduate school remains Peabody College of Education and Human Development, in a tie at number 7. Vanderbilt University School of Medicine rose to number 14 among research medical schools, its 9th straight year in the top 15. Vanderbilt School of Nursing's master program tied for 15th. Vanderbilt Law School was ranked 17th.
Vanderbilt University Medical Center is one of the busiest hospitals in the nation when it comes to liver transplants. Vanderbilt's Medical Center was recently ranked number 4 in the country in terms of the volume of liver transplants. Although many transplants are being conducted, there is still a huge demand for livers. 190 adults and 2 children are still waiting on the transplant list for a liver transplant.
Recently, Vanderbilt hired its first female head chef. Sandy Madewell is a graduate of the French Culinary Institute. For years, Madewell took on the male-dominated New York cooking scene. Now, she works as chef de cuisine and runs Wren Dining Center. This includes the main dining hall, Pie and Leaf, and Last Drop Coffee Shop. The position opened up in the middle of the year when the previous chef returned to the restaurant world. Madewell is only the 3rd new chef since Chef Bill James, the namesake of Chef James Bistro. She began her position on February 8th, and her favorite meal offered is the bowls.
Vanderbilt will film its first ever lip dub this Sunday. A lip dub is a type of music video that combines lip singing and audio dubbing to make a music video. VTV News' very own Claire Barnett is the lip dub producer. The video will be filmed this Sunday, March 19th from 12 to 3:30 p.m. The current path for filming begins by the Martha Rivers Ingram statue, wraps around the residence halls, and eventually comes down to right in front of Common Center. Water, soda, and snacks will be distributed during the shoot, and attendees will receive a free sticker as they leave. There will also be a prize drawing. Attendees are encouraged to wear Vandy gear or a fun costume. Now, for this week's sports news, here's VTV News sports correspondent Evan Mercer.
Happy Thursday, Vanderbilt. I'm Evan Mercer, here with your weekly VU Sports Update. The Commodore men's basketball team played in their 15th NCAA tournament in Salt Lake City when they faced the first-timers Northwestern Wildcats in the opening round of the West region. The Commodores entered the game with a 19-15 overall record after winning 6 of their last 7 games and reaching the semifinals of the SEC tournament. Unfortunately, the Wildcats took home a close one, winning 68-66, despite a heroic comeback by the Commodores. This loss concludes the basketball season for the Commodores, but first-year head coach Bryce Drew will look to build on his success next year. Number 24 Vanderbilt's baseball team closed a 15-game homestand with an 8-1 victory on Tuesday against Western Kentucky at Hawkins Field. Let's take a look at Tuesday's highlights.
Welcome back to Nashville. Vanderbilt's final game before conference play begins on Friday is an 8-1 win against the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Max Herz back here at Hawkins Field, joined by former Commodore, guest analyst, a man of many hats, Mr. Drew Fan, of course. Vandy finished off a 15-game homestand today. Finished it off with a big win thanks to a big inning and a good start from Chandler Day, too.
Chandler Day, 5 1/3 innings pitched. No walks, 4 strikeouts. Great start for Day, and then the bullpen finished it off.
Yeah, they added some runs late as well as we take a look at today's offensive highlights for Vandy. Pick it up in the second with the Commodores down 1-0. An error. Drop fly ball by left fielder Stephen Kraft off the bat of Connor Kaiser allows Vandy to tie it. Then freshman Ty Duvall followed it up. First collegiate start for the catcher. First collegiate hit is an RBI double that makes it 2-1 Vandy.
And he wasn't finished there. Duvall finished the night 3 for 3, 2 RBI.
RBI single by Julian Infante starts a 5-run 7th. That made it 4-1 Vanderbilt. Then a 2-run double by Will Toffee finished things off, made it 7-1. Duval would walk with the bases loaded to make it 8-1 before the end of that inning, and that would be the final score. 8-1 for Vandy. Ty Duval, the big hero. Jason DeLay started the first 17 games behind the plate for Vandy. Duval finally gets his first start. His first 3 college hits, a double, 2 singles, on base 4 times. Will Toffee with the big hit. Chandler Day good. Commodores head to Oxford for their SEC opener on Friday night.
The Commodores opened SEC play on Friday at Ole Miss. Next, the #1 ranked Commodore men's golf team heads to Statesboro, Georgia this weekend to the Schenkel Invitational, where they look to defend their 2016 championship at the par 72 Forest Heights Country Club. Play will begin on Friday at 8 a.m. Central Time, with 18 holes also being played on Saturday and Sunday. The Commodores won last year's event with a 41 under par, the second lowest 54-hole team total in program history. Competing for the Commodores this week are juniors Michael Decker and Theo Humphrey, sophomores Will Gordon and Patrick Martin, and freshman John Augenstein. The number 34 Vanderbilt men's tennis team has 3 upcoming matches this week, hosting number 21 Mississippi State on Thursday at 4 p.m., with doubleheader action on Saturday at noon and 4 p.m. against Auburn and Illinois State. Vanderbilt heads into the weekend with a 9-7 record, but only holding a 1-3 conference record. The Commodores' one conference win came against in-state rival Tennessee 4-3. Last weekend, the squad went 0-2 on the road, falling 6-1 to number 12 Texas A&M and 4-3 to LSU. That's all we have this week for sports. For more live updates, stats, and scores, please visit VUCommodore.com. From VTV News, I'm Evan Mercer.
Thanks, Evan. Now for this week's weather, here's VTV News weather correspondent John Horzen.
Hey Vandy, my name is John Horzen here with your 7-day forecast. Friday is looking to be very nasty. You can expect thunderstorms and winds up to 12 miles an hour, high of 59, low of 53. Saturday is going to be partly cloudy with highs of 64, lows of 35. Sunday, sunny with highs in the low 60s. Now, both Monday and Tuesday will be partly cloudy with temperatures ranging between 55 and 76, and Wednesday is looking to be mostly sunny with a high of 60 and low of 46. And rounding out our news week, Thursday is going to be a little gloomy, partly cloudy with a high of 71. For VTV News, I'm John Horzen.
That's all for tonight's broadcast. Thanks for watching VTV News. I'm Sophie Jeong.
I'm Quintin Hall. Tune in next week for more top stories.